Hi, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the serratus anterior. What is it? Why is it important? And what are some of the best exercises that you can do for targeting this muscle? The primary action of the serratus anterior are protraction and upward rotation of the scapula. It is theorized that exercises targeting the serratus anterior can be beneficial for various shoulder issues, so you can increase the capacity of your shoulder and build up your tolerance to certain positions, such as overhead movements. This is especially helpful when experiencing shoulder pain. When looking at exercise selection, scapular protraction exercises are quite common, but its contribution to scapular upward rotation when you lift your arms overhead is extremely important in order to maximize activation. Several studies have shown that there is an increase in serratus anterior activation with increased angles of shoulder elevation. This study in 2003 compared 10 shoulder strengthening exercises and concluded that those which created an upward rotation of the scapula produced much more activation in the serratus anterior than straight scapular protraction exercises. Therefore, some of the best exercises you can do for targeting the serratus anterior will involve some degree of scapular protraction and upward rotation. So watch till the end of this video and I will be reviewing 8 exercise options. Most of them will include an overhead component, but I will also present a few which just emphasize protraction in case elevating the arm is uncomfortable or not a viable option for you. But before we dive into all this, please do me a small favor by hitting the like button, subscribe and sharing your thought or feedback in the comments below. Just before I show you these exercises, I just need to make you aware that these exercises are not going to be suitable for everyone. Do get checked out before you give them a try, and if they cause you any pain, just avoid them. First exercise, uppercut. Holding a dumbbell with your elbows flexed. Reach your arm up and across your body. Think about bringing your shoulder blades out and around you as you perform each repetition. These exercises are shown to elicit one of the highest level of activation of the serratus anterior while minimizing upper trapezius. Therefore, it can be a good option if you are someone with neck sensitivities or looking to reduce upper trapezius contribution. Next exercise, dumbbell arm raises. Holding a pair of dumbbells with your thumbs up, reaching your arms overhead, keeping the elbows straight. Slowly control back down and then repeat. Now there are 2 considerations with this exercise. First, these studies found there was significantly more activation when the arms was lifted to at least 120 degrees of elevation compared to lower angles as noted previously. With higher levels of shoulder elevation, there are increasing level of serratus anterior activation. Therefore, there may be additional benefits to lift the arm to even higher levels of elevation, such as 150 degrees or even fully overhead. And secondly, whether you move your arm through flexion, abduction, or scaption does not seem to matter significantly, as the studies found that there were high levels of activation of the serratus anterior with all these 3 options. Exercise 3, push up plus to downward dog. Start in a tall plank position. Pull your shoulder blades together under control. And then press the ground away from you in order to maximally separate your shoulder blade at the top. Sit your hips back so your arms move overhead. Keeping the elbows straight, transition back to the tall plank position with shoulder blades still maximally protracted. Slowly pull your shoulder blades back together and then repeat. It is important to think about pressing the ground away from you as you transition in and out of the downward dog position, as this will help to maintain scapular protraction. Exercise 4, push-up plus to Dolphin pose. This exercise is very similar to the previous one, but rather it is performed on your forearms instead of your hands. By keeping the forearm parallel, you are able to maintain the shoulders in an externally rotated position, and you should be able to feel the serratus anterior activation. Again, focus on pressing the ground away from you throughout the movement. Exercise 5, wall slide. This variation is commonly performed using a foam roller on the wall and sliding your hands up. However, an alternative option, and the one I prefer, is using a pillowcase. This will help you to keep your arms in an externally rotated position, and similar to the Dolphin pose, may allow you to feel the serratus anterior more. Place your hands inside the pillowcase and grab the inside corners. Now imagine rotating your hands outward, place your forearms on the wall and slowly slide the arms up as far as possible while maintaining good techniques. Pull your arms back down and then repeat. Think about pushing the wall away from you as you slide up. Or alternatively, think about bringing your shoulders blade out and around you. Both of these will help you to maximize scapular protraction and upward rotation. All of these exercises mentioned so far place an emphasis on scapular protraction and upward rotation, an ideal combination for maximizing serratus anterior activation. However, for some people, elevating the arms overhead might be uncomfortable. So if you need to build up to this overhead movement, here are a few additional exercises. Now exercise 6, banded punch. Anchor a band behind you and hold your arms to about 90 degrees. Keeping the arms straight, punch or reach the arms forward, moving the shoulder blades into maximal protraction. Under control, pull your shoulder blades back towards the spine and then repeat. These can also be progressed to higher levels of arm elevation to facilitate scapular upward rotation. As you increase the arm angle, lower the anchor in order to maintain the same desired movements. Exercise 7, dynamic hug. Take a band and wrap it around your back. Reach your arms out and towards each other in a hugging motion in order to maximally separate your shoulder blades or protraction of your shoulders. Control the movement back, bringing your shoulder blades together, and then repeat. Exercise 8, push-up plus. This is arguably one of the more popular serratus anterior exercises, although including shoulder elevation is more optimal, such as the downward dog variations. These can still be a viable option for focusing on closed-chain scapular protraction. Start in a tall plank position with feet, hips and shoulders in a straight line. Pull your shoulder blades together under control and then press the ground away from you in order to maximally separate your shoulder blades. Keeping your elbows straight, pull your shoulder blades together and then repeat. These articles published in 2019 show that the push-up plus had the highest serratus anterior activation when it is performed on a stable surface with elbows straight, hands shoulder width apart, shoulder at about 110 to 120 degrees of flexion, and if tolerated, lifting the ipsilateral or the same foot. All 8 of these exercises bias the serratus anterior by moving the shoulder blade through some combination of protraction and upper rotation. But don't forget that other shoulder movements like overhead pressing and push-ups move the shoulder blade in a similar motion. These exercises have also been shown to elicit high activation of the serratus anterior, as well as move the shoulder through greater range of motion and help build strength around the scapula, arms, and trunk. The overhead press moves the scapula through upward rotation and protraction, while the end phase of the push-up is dominated by scapular protraction. During the push-up, you can further challenge the serratus anterior by adding a plus to the end or even considering adding a band to create resisted protraction during the end phase. I have 2 recommendations for how to implement these into your program. First option is for anyone who may have shoulder discomfort and are currently unable to tolerate high amounts of volume or intensity of other shoulder exercises. In these cases, choose 1 to 2 of the previous exercises and implement 3 to 4 times a week. The second is for those who already implement overhead pressing, push-ups and other exercises, but are looking to supplement their training. Maybe it is to improve scapular awareness or increase the aesthetic look of this area. In these cases, choose 1 or 2 of the previous exercises and implement 1 to 2 times a week. In summary, incorporating exercises which bias the serratus anterior can be advantageous in certain cases, but it is probably not necessary for everyone. Compound exercises like overhead pressing and push-ups are likely sufficient as they demonstrate high activation of the serratus anterior as well as challenging other muscles of the upper extremity. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to tap that like button, subscribe and turn on the notification. And if there's any other content you would like to see in the future, please drop me a comment below. Until next week, take care. Thank you for watching until the end. If you like this video, please click the like button. Please leave your comments below and share this video. Hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of my future weekly video release. Please also subscribe to this channel. This is free of charge but will help the channel to grow. If you're interested in improving your health and fitness or losing weight, if you suffer from or wish to prevent back pain, please take a look at my book, which is now available from Amazon worldwide. Thank you.